if you're not using Adobe or Final Cut Pro to edit your videos and instead edit on your smartphone or tablet, there will come a time where you need to add some stabilization to your video to achieve that nice, smooth and silky footage. Hello everyone, my name is Cindy from Films, and today we'll be talking about KineMaster's VideoStabilizer app. Now, LumaFusion 3.0 for your iOS device had some major updates recently that enable creators to edit faster and better and add stabilization as well. But what about Android users? What are some third-party options available to you if the stabilization feature is not immediately available within the editing app itself? KineMaster is probably on top of many lists as one of the better or best editing apps for Android, among others like VN and UCut and such. But unlike LumaFusion, KineMaster currently does not provide you with the stabilization feature within the app itself. You have to go to a separate app to achieve that if you are editing on your smartphone or tablet. Many of these smartphone shot videos that you see on YouTube have some video stabilization added to them in post, and that makes a lot of sense because you do want to have the smoothest footage possible. So even if you've shot with a gimbal, you still add something like a warp stabilizer just to kind of unify the shots. You can find plenty third-party apps on your Google Play Store that offer video stabilization, but when an editing app such as KineMaster comes out with a version of their own, you definitely start thinking about checking it out. So I'll take a couple of sample clips with FiLMiC Pro and run them through the app and see what the outcome is. So for one of the clips I'll be using the DJI Osmo Mobile 3 just to see if the stabilizer adds something more to the footage, because it's going to be pretty much already stabilized because of the gimbal, but then again there are some just tiny jitters and stuff like that. So I'm actually curious how the stabilizer is going to process the video and if it's going to add something more to it and just stabilize it a little bit more. And the second take that I'll do is handheld. I'll be using the Ulanzi rig to achieve that because I think it's more comfortable to kind of use this way. So I'm actually more curious about this one because this is going to be a lot shakier just because it's handheld. So I'm wondering how the stabilizer is going to process this one and if it's going to actually fix it. And by fix it means stabilize it enough that it doesn't look like it's shot handheld with a rig like this. Awesome, let's go take the videos, run them through the stabilizer app and see the outcome. Alright, so let's open the app and choose our videos. Now let's start with the gimbal one because I think that's going to be the easiest to kind of check off here. Let's see which one it is. There we go. Awesome, so now we're going to give the app a couple of seconds to process the video because it makes sense to take a little bit longer. It is trying to work its magic, supposedly. And it's going to always depend on the video length. Now, these clips are like 20 something seconds long, but if you have something longer, it's obviously going to take a lot more for the app to process it. Awesome, so now we have both of our videos on screen here. We have the original one and the stabilized one, and for some reason, they are both laggy. I don't know if this is something that KineMaster have not worked on. It certainly wasn't the case when I tried the app with like a test video a couple of weeks earlier. I don't know. But anyways, this is what the app gives you. It gives you the original one and the stabilized video and it plays them together so you'll be able to see the magic that the app has worked. But since it's a little bit laggy and we can't see it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to export the video, plop it into KineMaster itself, and then compare both. Now, if you see here on the right, there's this orange bar. Now, this is supposedly, I keep saying supposedly, but this has to add some more stabilization to your video. So let's pump it up all the way to 100, just in case. And then I'm going to click export. Now you can export directly into KineMaster, but again, for some reason, when the export is complete, KineMaster cannot open the video. It just reads it as an unsupported format, which is bizarre, but KineMaster, please work on your app. It's cool. It makes sense to have it. Do something with it, please. So anyways, instead of that, we'll just export it in a natural way. I'm going to add them as layers. Hopefully you'll be able to see them, because the Stabilizer app doesn't wanna help us with that. Now both videos are here in the app. Let's play them together and see if we can find any differences. Alright, not really that much, to be fair. It's not like super smooth. I know that on the left side of the screen there were just very tiny jitters and stuff like that when I was like moving, and because I had a ND filter mounted to the gimbal as well, that kind of put some weight to it, so I was expecting a little bit more jitter there, but there's not that much. So can we say that the app did something for us here, that it added something more to the video? I'm not sure, to be fair, but let's just go and try the handheld one. I think that's going to give a bit more information, and that's what the app is meant for. It's meant to stabilize your shaky footage. So we open the app again, go back, and now we have to choose the handheld video, and let's just go with, yeah, this is definitely the handheld one, just by the way that things are moving. And we wait a little bit again to process that. Oh, I'm waiting. You're not going to be waiting, definitely, because the magic of editing. We have the same laggy situation here happening with our app. It is playing both videos together, but you wouldn't be able to tell if there's anything happening here because it's so super laggy. So we do the same trick again. Now again, we go to KineMaster, and we're going to use the same here. I'm gonna delete the gimbal videos, and we're going to go and grab the supposedly stabilized one and add it as a layer. The moment of truth. Can you guess which is the stabilized and which one is the handheld? Alright, so I gotta say, nah, that's not what I was actually expecting from a shaky footage like this. I was expecting for it to stabilize it at least a tiny bit, but to me they kind of look the same, and I don't think that's the idea behind a stabilizer app. I was expecting to see some maybe warping to the sides of the video, yeah, like you sometimes see with the warp stabilizer or something like that, but there's not even that. There's not even that like corner warping that sometimes happens. It's just straight up the same video, like no difference at all. And maybe even if I overlay them, it's not gonna show that much. Now let's overlay both videos here, make them a little bit bigger. And now let's drop the opacity of the stabilized one, even a little bit more maybe. Let's play them again. So what this video tells me is that it just basically changed the shakiness and made it different. It didn't actually stabilize that much, because I'm watching the building here that's in the middle, and what I'm seeing from that is that it kind of tried to keep that a central point, which obviously is the idea, but then again failed as well, which is super bizarre. So and keep in mind, these are your basic like camera moves. This is just like a tracking shot and I did a panning shot as well that I don't see the point of actually showing here. Maybe I'll just show it at the end of the video, just for like another example, but it doesn't actually get the job done, which is what you'd want from a stabilizer app. So does it work? It works, but does it provide the desired results? It doesn't. So KineMaster, hopefully, I don't know, probably you're not watching these videos all that much, but if you are, I know there are a lot of other creators that use your app and would benefit from a stabilizer app like this. Alright, so that's it for this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. You can try the app for yourself. I'll drop a link in the description below to the link for the Play Store and the iOS App Store. So you can check it for yourself. Maybe it's going to give you different results. Maybe it's not going to be that laggy on export. So you can check it for yourself with some footage that you've shot. But then again, unfortunately, I was pumped up. I was kind of like hyped for the app. I thought that finally there's going to be something that's going to aid me in some of the videos that I should. But then again, it's not what I was expecting. So sad. But yeah, it does give just a tiny bit of stabilization, but it makes it its own, so it kind of still looks shaky, which doesn't make really that much sense to me. Maybe if you export a stabilized video and run it a couple of more times through the app and just add stabilization over stabilization, that's going to give some result, but probably it's going to also maybe lower the quality of the video itself. So maybe that's not like the best way to go with this. So yeah, if you've enjoyed this tutorial demonstration video, give it a thumbs up and do subscribe to the channel. It helps quite a lot. Thank you for being here, and till next time.